Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Friday night, and we are live and in effect as I report to you from behind this plastic microphonic device. Yes, indeed. Hope everybody is doing well. A good week that you've had as you get closer to Christmas time. And we are here reporting here, channel sponsored by Summit Metals. Check them out. Experience their great customer service for yourself. They got holiday deals. Silver spot for first-time buyers, a lot of different services, so check them out. Yes, indeed. We're going to get into some things here with some comments and see what some of you guys are saying, but good crowd here. Appreciate you guys being with us here tonight as we get right into some of these comments. We got Jamie Fox from this video from the big push with silver's price the other day, $64. Man, I tell you what, pretty amazing. And then it pulled back today. All I want for Christmas is a reverse-proof coin. Thanks, Santa Claus. Yes, indeed. Love the reverse-proof coins. Yes, indeed. They're pretty cool. Cool Astro. Grow, my precious grow. Gotta love it. Doing pretty good. Yes, indeed it is. All right. We've got Alan Smith says, sorry to say, no, Sal. Selling now is foolish. Buy assets, get rid of your useless fiat before it gets rid of us. Yes. General rule, I tend to keep most of my precious metals, but I can understand opportunities as they arise for any given circumstance that you would spend the fiat money if you need to. But nonetheless, as a general, hold on to your core silver stack. Yes, indeed. Hold on with a diamond fist. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? Let us peruse our way up here through this broadcast tonight. Good to see you. Got a lot of good folks here tonight with us. JM Unleashed. Michael K is here. Good to see you. We got Galacro. We got C-San is here. Coin Sense and Nonsense. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And let's see. Let us move up here a little bit more. We've got Dirkler Spieler says, I have my subscriptions in the United States Mint this year. I'll have to tighten my belt this year, but with this supposedly being a one-year design, hope it's worth it in future years for my children. Except I'm not sure what you're talking about in this video. The United States Mint did release the new designs for 2026. Son of a Silver Stacker did a good video on that. I was going to do a video, but he pretty much stole my thunder on that one. I would have said pretty much everything he said on for the most part, especially with how they stole those designs essentially from the other previous releases. It's pretty unfortunate that they did that, but I think it's because the Secretary of the Treasury probably wanted precedence on the coins, and he gets the final say, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Philly Beef, JP Morgan abandoned their paper shorts and are all in on physical. Now silver can find its actual price. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Well, that's a margin call increase, and some people can interpret that way, but so far today, it also can mean a falling of the price for a while, but we'll see how it plays out. Next week will be quite telling to see if silver recaptures its losses that we saw today. Thank you. Big J Rolling says here, my average stack price is $26, an average out over the last 15 years. So even with a dip, ain't no sweat, just dollar cost average, my friends, and you will win in the end. That's true, Big J Rolling. But one thing, when you are dollar cost averaging, you really should take a look through that span of time when you made those purchases and calculate and average out inflation, adjust it for inflation. That will be a better test as to how well you do with dollar cost averaging. I meant to say that. I'll probably do a video because that's a very important thing that people have to understand. Is when you dollar cost average for silver, you might be surprised when you average in adjusted for inflation, because $26 10 years ago is very different than $26 today. Just keep that in mind. But thank you, Big J Rolling. Davey Baggins, I can't help but mistrust the paper silver manipulating banks. They've proven themselves rapacious crooks over time. I worry about a rug pull of some sort. I got in like at $15 an ounce, so I'm okay either way. Well, and again, one of those things where we got hit today, and some are saying that this is because of what happened with the margin calls, and that very well could be it. That could be a part of it, and I mentioned that in today's video. But I don't think there's not been the only criminal activity that's been verified is by J.P. Morgan with the manipulation. But that manipulation works in both directions. It was done for selfish reasons. But there's not quite enough evidence that, at least to bring to a court. And of course, somebody's got to bring it to a court to that there's actual suppression going on. Although I think some of it could be piggybacking. I don't rule that out on top of the natural market profit taking, but we'll see here. Shadow of Pain says deflation is the only thing that beats the robber barons. Deflation, yeah. And some say we may see that, and I don't know. I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon, a deflationary situation. Joe S. says, this story is nonsense. I bet you can't find that in a JPM financial report to the SEC. All right. Well, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Silver dropped some. Yep. And dropped even more today. Big time. Mario says, thanks, Sal. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate that. Market report here. We're move on up here. I watch you because you are real and don't push silver for your gain. Keep stacking alive. Well, thank you, great Lexio. I appreciate you recognizing that. It's not to anybody's benefit to overhype silver, honestly. It doesn't help anybody to do that. If you fearmonger, get people to buy, especially from your channel sponsor, then that's disingenuous, and nobody should do that. In fact, I'm explicitly in the contract that I have with my precious metals sponsor that I not do that. But thank you for noticing. I don't want to change. I want to be as realistic, but I also want to be open-minded too. I really do. I want to be open-minded about silver and see what happens. I think if we can see hard evidence of suppression going on, I just have not yet seen it totally yet. I see signs of it. I see anecdotal movements, big smackdowns, big volume in a certain amount of time. It can be suspicious, but again, what happened today was right around the $64.50 mark. To me, that seems like a trigger to sell, an automatic trigger to sell by some folks. They have their triggers, and I think I think that's probably what happened, and that's totally legal. That's totally normal, right? In trading, you set up a thing. Okay, if a certain stock goes up to a certain price, sell. If it goes down to a certain price, buy. You see that move in different directions for one reason or another, and I think that's probably what's going on here. Yep, Zephiel, it sure did. I reported on that in today's video, by the way. TR Dutch, I get my allowance on the 15th. I'm hoping things settle down for a bit by then. I'd really like to hit my stack goal for the year. Yes. All right, I hope you can. Well, a good time to buy when the prices dip like this. But of course, they could fall even further. That's just it. You never know. All right. Bob Remisma says here, I don't get it. Are people actually holding on to 1,000 pounds of this stuff? Because anything less isn't financially significant. You sure aren't going to retire on silver. Well, I would say, 1,000 pounds, and, I mean, good grief. You take a look, I think it's good to diversify, but if you have 1,000 ounces of silver, maybe you meant 1,000 ounces, it's a pretty good chunk of change. Obviously it's not going to be a whole retirement. That's why I like to have a little gold in my stack as well. All right. CCT's dollar cost average is 12.86. Wow, that's really, man, that is really good. I don't even know what mine is because I haven't kept that many records. I know that I bought most of my silver when it was under $20 an ounce, but I bought a pretty good substantial portion at less than $10 an ounce. But I don't have the exact numbers. But anyways, let's see here. All right, let's peruse our way through here and see what we've got with some of them. By the way, a scammer called me just before I went live, early, like 20 minutes early. It's crazy. All right, let's see here. America First. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You had some blood numbers that went down, platelets or something like that. But praying for you. I don't know what's going on with you, brother, but we're praying for you. Sorry to hear, my friend. I hope you feel better. I hope that gets handled out quickly. Find out what the cause is, and I hope the cause isn't something major and that you can get back to regular life again. Eagle Steve is here. Good to see you. Good to see all of you guys. Appreciate you being here with us tonight. Big J is here. Appreciate you, Big J. And Big J, thank you. You have maybe inspired a new video, if I can remember, make a mental note of it, about your average price, Big J. Thank you, sir. Viva Platina. There you go. That's right. Yes, indeed. Jeff Cohn, I need a Chinese article on how they thought silver should be 67. I read a Chinese article how they thought silver should be 67, definitely going that high. Well, I haven't checked the arbitrage or the Chinese price for silver, physical price, but it probably was close to that. I wouldn't be surprised with everything that's going on there. But they are starting to fill their vaults back up in the Shanghai Gold Exchange now. 90% junk silver. Price movements at 9:30 are generally linked to high volatility and volume that occurs when U.S. stock markets open, which can trigger significant swings in either direction. Okay, there you go. Yeah. And see, this is activity that is relatively normal around that time. Thank you. And that really puts it into perspective. Thank you, 90% junk silver. Yes, indeed. All right. And we have got this from Greg Olson here, that JP Morgan has between 600 million and 1 billion ounces stored off the market that they have accumulated over the last 14 years. Yes, even during their spoofing suit. Evidently, $14.50 per ounce was not cheap enough for them. They have the power of flooding the market whenever they like. All right, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think that they could do it now because there's so much money in the market in the SLV, and if they did that, it would put stress in those markets. But I don't know. I don't know how the inner workings of that occur. But look at the Commitment of Traders report to get some semblance of the silver that moves in and out of there. I just don't think that even they have that much power, but we'll see here. Win Weasel, what's my sell price? I don't know. My sell price would probably have to be if I could, if I really needed the money, if I could really use the money for some other opportunity that come up, maybe I don't know, maybe right around right now. Honestly, if it was $60 or $61, $62. If I could get that for my silver, but the thing is nobody is getting $62 for their silver now, unless you're selling peer-to-peer. There's no coin shop that has any kind of silver moving in and out of it is going to pay you $62. Most of them are selling it or buying it 5% back a spot right now. It seems to be about the average from what I've heard, about 5% back a spot. So it's really not a good time to sell. And forget constitutional silver. Refinery blackout is happening here with what Greg Olson says. Let me get this. It's something here. There are 20 refineries in the world that have COMEX and LBMA verification. The U.S. used to have 2, but Metalor has been shut down since 2024, leaving Asahi as a lone survivor in the U.S. Go ahead and research it for yourself. All the other refineries in the U.S. are not approved by COMEX and LBMA quality bars. Yes. That is a big deal. Thank you for that information, Greg Olson. Wild. All right. All right, let's see here. We've got this. COMEX raising margins is just a beginning. They may halt trading again. I expect silver price collapse. Yes, we need some sort of report as to what happened in that server. We should not forget about what occurred there. Hopefully they'll give it. Maybe it's totally legitimate. I think we should know. I think they should tell us what happened there because it affected so many things, not just silver either. Brent Langford. Is it possible that the markup is for the elite members of the governments around the world to inflate, sell, then there will be a crash? I don't know. You're talking about, I think the thing is Brent Langford you're talking about a whole lot of different groups coordinating together to do that. I just don't think that it serves their self-interest to do that, and they would have the time or energy or motivation to do that. I don't know what the motivation would be. That's the same thing would be for suppression as well. But anyways, all right. Let's see here. Egg roll. How is a 10% margin increase setting the stage for a bull run? That's the opposite. Well, it's like I said in the video. I think, and the opposite is being played out maybe even today. That might have been a part of the one of the reasons why the sell-off happened today. But last time they raised it to 9 point some odd percent, the price increased, and shortly thereafter it dropped for another bull run. And essentially, they're kind of surrendering themselves when they do that. It's the last card they have to draw, and everybody sees it. And I think that is kind of what's happening here. It's sort of a reverse psychology type of deal. I hope you hear this response, the egg roll. James Campbell says the following here. Thank you for your info. I stacked 2 more ounces of silver yesterday, and every time I do it, it makes me feel good that I'm preserving my money. There you go. Exactly. Well, that's a great way to put it, preserving your money, which is preserving your wealth. Way to go. That is awesome. All right, let's see here. By the way, I stand ready to do any exercise, whether it be push-ups, curls, or even pelvic thrust, I would do. Yes, indeed. If it so desirous to make that happen. Here, let's see here. We've got that rigor mortis, 32 here. Good to see Silver Days. Welcome. Don't be scared to buy at $60 or $65 silver. I just dropped $430 at around 7 ounces. Keep stacking and stacking, and use full advantage of the dips when you can. If you're not, don't stress and buy it next time, even if it's not that bit high. I believe silver has a whole lot room to prove. Yes. Well, rigor mortis, I think the idea is to have silver despite what the price is. And, because we could be at the very top of the market right now. You never know. Or maybe we were there this morning at 8:30 in the morning. I don't know. I think that it's one of the things we just got to see what happens with the markets. And whenever we buy consistently, and we hold consistently. And holding is what's going to prove its worth in the long course of time, to dollar cost average. Yes, indeed. That's right, Steve LaPointe. Anything above $50 is a win. It sure is. I do agree with that. Yes, indeed. But yeah, hold. But I would not expect it again. I think it's got room to move up as well. But I'm not banking it. I'm not buying it thinking with that in mind. But thank you so much. All right. Thank you, James Unleashed. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks everybody who pressed the thumbs up button. Appreciate it. Jerry Mandarin says, I bet there's a massive amount of buyers going to buy any dip. The cat is out of the bag. Well, we'll see. It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out with this pretty big dip that we saw today. If people will get in on that. I don't know. Let's see here. Gasoline Rainbow says this. If they don't investigate the money changers, they just let them continue their crimes against humanity. All right. Well, that's just it. I don't know. We just got to, the thing is that means that if you don't think they're being investigated and you're accusing them of a crime, it's up to us to provide the actual evidence of it. And the only evidence that I have seen is just high-frequency selling and at any given point in time. Today's would have been a perfect case for suppression. But then what about when it spikes up dramatically? Is that manipulation to the upside? Because that happens very, very quickly too. If you've seen it very recently. Brown Dog Prospecting here has a couple of comments, and I very much appreciate. I don't get these too often anymore. The super thanks on the videos themselves. Thank you, Brown Dog Prospecting. I really appreciate that. They've been very, very rare, so it means a lot. Thank you so much for doing that. He says here, can you try to explain why my silver bullion company said buy gold instead of silver? I'm confused. Well, I don't know. I don't know your bullion dealer in Australia and why they would tell you that unless you told them what your proportion is from gold to silver. if you are heavily weighted on gold or heavily weighted on silver and you have, 1,000 ounces of silver and only 1 ounce of gold, I would probably say the same thing that they're saying. I would encourage you to buy gold instead of silver. I think it's a good idea to be balanced for a myriad of different reasons. I've talked about that ad nauseum. May bring it up again. Not a very popular topic right now with silver increasing in price, but nonetheless, I do think it's a good idea to have some gold as well if you're light on the gold, and that may be the only reason why I would say that. Otherwise, I don't know that they should be in the position to advise you to do that unless they know something I don't. But anyways, or that most of us don't know. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Carl Kristen, someone tried to suppress this morning from 64 down to 61, but it looks like it's easing again, just a touch above 62.09. Yes, it has come back. It has come back a little bit. That's why I'm thinking that it's not going to last very long. All right, Ardell says diamond fist. Oh yeah, that's right. We got the whole squeeze it with your diamond fist. That's exactly right. Exploring history, 1994. We're working through these pretty quick because we are expecting. Well, the scammer was supposed to call me back, but he hasn't called. Dang it! Why won't he call me? I don't know. Told him at 6:15, but he didn't do it. Waiting for dip, I could leave you without a bigger stack. $70 before we pull back to 65, and then the rocket takes off for $100. That's a gamble too. It's a gamble either way. So that's why dollar cost averaging is key, and holding on is key. All right. Because no one really knows. 90 me, while silver is above the old 1980 $50 record adjusted for inflation, it's closer to $200 in 2025 for it to economically equal the Hunt Brothers attempt. You bring that up later in the video. That's right. Thank you, 90 me. And thank you for recognizing that I did bring it up later in the video and watching later in the video. Just goes to show you, it's always good to watch the video all the way through before you make a comment. Just because I can probably tell if you haven't watched far enough in the video. So thank you, 90 me, for stating that and recognizing that. Yep, I try to bring that stuff up, but yes, indeed. That's right, Littlefoot Stacker. Littlefoot Silver Stacker. There's something wrong in the world. The world is not working. It's really degrading when you cannot trust a scammer to keep his word. It really is. It's insane. All right. As I slurp a little bit of coffee here for you guys. Yes. I am sacrificing myself. I'm slurping for your benefit. You know. Never mind the fact that I'm enjoying the coffee and I can be a little bit rude by gurgling it, by slurping it in. I'm doing it for you. It's a service to the community. You know what I mean? All right. 79 is here. Welcome, 79. I said hello. That's right. I did. I sent a greeting, and it's an official one. Ryan J, 99, says, I held off buying lately. Last purchase was $56 spot. Looks like Slammy Slam is in effect. Silver down over 2.5% today. Yes. Yep, it certainly went down. It got hit hard today. $4 move in one day is a big deal. Yes, indeed. Red Crawler is here. Welcome, Red Crawler. Good to see you. Matt Wingy is here. Bozo is here. Mark Bernard is here. All right. Let's see here. And we've got Under My Skin says, I'm still buying silver almost every day. And to me, anything under $75 is a bargain at this point. Yes. Yes, it sure is. I hear you. I hear you. I mean, people feel that way, but you know what? Under My Skin, even if it falls, another $20 from here, it's still, good to hold on to your silver. Under My Skin, $32,000 3 years ago is now worth over $126,000 in silver. Puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Yep. Elizabeth Stump says, watching at 8:40 a.m. Pacific time. Silver price is slammed down to 61. London bullion boys are at it again. Indeed they are. Oh, whoa. Oh, man, thank you. Egbert Boot Whistle with a $2 super chat got 10 Krugs last night. So many others are sold out. Now, did you get the silver or gold Krugs? Thank you so much for that. I'm going to give you 2 push-ups now. because the super chats have been liked, so I'm going to get them out of the way. Thank you. The first super chat of the night. Thank you, sir. Curious if they're gold or silver that you got there. Let's see here. 1 and 2. Nice. And I found a flip on the ground here. Probably repurpose. All right, thank you. Oh, silver. Okay, very cool. Congratulations on your silver Krugerrands there. And thank you again. You were the first to super chat tonight. All right. Yep, Krugerrands are from South Africa. Yes, indeed. That's right. And we've got here silver dropped fast today. The rebound will be wild. Looking forward to 72 and 90. All right, we'll see. We'll see if it does rebound. That's been what has been happening. Has been a rebound. So we almost expect it to happen, but it may not. Be prepared for that, but we'll see here. All right. All right, let's see here. Let me get over here to make this. All right. Now we've got this. I just ordered a few Ben Franklins from Summit Metals. All right, way to go. My normal bullion dealer was down, so I put an order with Summit Metals. I got a couple of their wallets. Way to go. All right, well, I hope everything goes smooth with your transaction, and that is great news. Thank you. Hope you told them Uncle Sal sent you. Oh, man, thank you, Steve LaPointe, with a $3 super chat. Thank you, the second one of the night. I'm going to go ahead and drop 3 push-ups for you. Thank you, sir. All right. There you go. Very, very good. We've got 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Getting a little bit of the blood flowing tonight. Oh, yes, we are. Very, very good. Okay. The powers to be just pull the emergency brake. They are running scared, knowing the silver shortage is a lot bigger than we know. All right. We'll see. We shall see. Yes, indeed. Find out what happens. Let's see. TR Dutch says here on this morning's video, well, Sal, you did warn everybody that a pullback was inevitable. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to stay on the sidelines this week. We have now a new buying opportunity. Yes, indeed. And it's not only that I predict that these little pullbacks are going to be happening. I think we very well could see a consolidation point coming down the road once things settle. And things are starting to settle down, much to the chagrin of others. You know, the Shanghai Gold Exchange and Shanghai Futures Exchange, I think, are starting to see their vaults fill back up. I mean, not to the point where they like them to be, but they are starting to see stockpiles come back into their coffers. So I think that's something else to look out for. Fast approaching, silver and gold will crash right along with the stock market. Look at history. Yes, they will. They will certainly. And by the way, with the demand increasing, outpacing supply, it is still going to be a very, very slow squeeze overall. So there will be a normalization which will pull prices down, but they're going to be elevated above and beyond the previous even highs that we had before this big run-up on silver's price. BS and NH, paper sell dropped way too fast, especially given the time of day they attacked the price. Yep, I mean, that is paper selling, that's for sure. Time markets, that's around the time where it happens in New York. The trading opens up, and that's a lot of the trades occur, especially the automated trades. All right. Yeah, a red crawler. There's not been that $2,000 government refund has not happened, or I don't think it's been proposed, but we don't know if it's going to be happening or not. Let's see here. Just Sam, 8:30, price is down. Good day to buy a Salivate metal round. There you go. Mine has doubled in value. There you go. Yes, indeed. The Salivate metal round available over at Summit Metals for those interested. And okay, here comes a scammer. Thank you, Egbert. I'll get you the push-ups here in a moment. Hold on a second. I'll answer that question. Scammer's calling though. Hello?
How are you?
Oh, hey. How are you?
Hey. I'm okay. It took me like 15 minutes to find your phone number because I didn't save it. But
oh, that's okay. Well, hey, we're here now.
I was supposed to call you. No, I'm locking you in. I was worried for a minute.
Oh, man, I was worried too. As I was, I wonder when Christy's going to call me. There you are, but you were here. How are you? Good. Yeah, it's a Friday.
I know, and I talked with one of my people named Barry, who has an interest in silver as well,
Oh,
and he
okay.
knows about your compound.
Oh,
Like already.
he already knows about the compound that we talked
Well, I don't know
about.
if it's your compound, but what's the name of it?
Well, it's the silver infuser for the turkey basters. Is that the one?
I don't know if it's for. I don't know. Is there a name of it? There's a professional name.
Oh no, not yet. We're not that far along, but we're gonna get
Oh,
there. We're gonna work on a marketing campaign with the turkey baster to inject the silver into the turkeys, and so that and then the other thing is for the hot tub,
the
thing.
hot tub wasn't the one.
Yeah, the hot tub. That's when we want you to advertise wearing a bikini, holding
Yeah.
up, with the compound that you hold in your hand. Say
Right.
you're gonna put this into the jet stream, and we're gonna make
Yeah,
everybody. It's gonna make everybody happy. It's gonna make everybody happy. We're singing in the hot tub. Oh yeah.
I can do the instructional video on how to use the compound. You just scan the barcode, whenever you get the product, and then you get to watch me do the video of how to use that.
In a bikini. That's right. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
That's what we want. That's exactly right. That's a perfect example. See, that's your marketing genius. That's and I think we can make it practical for the product itself. That when you get it, you just scan this barcode. You get Christy, doing the video, and it's going to be just beautiful. It's going to be amazing.
That's so funny
So-
because this time last year, I got reprimanded from my old boss because somebody told him that I went to an office meeting with a bikini top.
Oh, whoa.
And it was true. I did have a bikini top on, when I had left work. But of course, right before I went into the event thing, I put a little jacket on, and they were like, "Yeah, she went out there to the meeting wearing a bikini." And whenever I came back, I was told that I was misrepresenting the company.
Well,
And then he's seen some pictures of us later on, in the group or whatever, with my little banker jacket on. He apologized, but still, that's hilarious.
wow.
Yeah, I really get to wear the bikini.
Well, I got in trouble at a previous job I was in for going to work in my underwear.
Well, I worked at a restaurant once where I got in trouble for peeing in the sink.
Whoa, wow. Well, I didn't tell you that. That is quite a wild story. I'd like to hear more about that, but let me finish my story. So I went to work with underwear on, and I got in trouble, even though on top of that underwear I was wearing pants, and I also had a shirt on, and I also had socks on and shoes, and a jacket. So I went to work with underwear and everything, but they told me, they said, I walked into the office and said, "Hey, you're wearing underwear." I said, "Yes, I am. I wear underwear most every day. I never come to work without underwear on. It's just that I put clothes on top of the underwear." And they somehow sensed that. And I'm like, that's just part of what I do. But they have a policy that says, if you work here, you've got to work. We do not want people wearing underwear in this outfit. You can wear pants and you can wear clothes, but no underpants, no undergarments.
Why?
I don't know. It's a strange thing. It's the fine print in their policy, and I just don't understand, because I need something to protect the crown jewels, because they just rattle around. You know what I mean? They rattle around.
There has to be a reason for that.
You would think there would be a reason for it, but I just if I'm gonna wear loose pants and there's nothing that's gonna secure the testicular fortitudes, I need to find, you know what I'm saying? I just have to have underwear on. I'm an underwear.
They must have busted some people exporting product in their underwear or something.
Maybe that was it. Maybe that's it. That it could have been, because it was a manufacturing situation.
Yeah.
And it could be that they thought I was going to sneak something out.
Hide a sugar in your underwear if you're not allowed to wear none.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, before this gets too weird, let's hear your story about peeing in the sink, and then we'll talk business, okay?
No, I was just at work and I had to go pee really bad, and I worked at a bar and I couldn't hold it anymore. I held it like as long as I could, and I was either peeing myself or pee in the sink. What would you do?
I think I'd probably pee in the sink too. I'd probably wash the sink out pretty good
I did
though.
not want to pee all in my pants. I had to be there for the rest of the night, no
That would
matter
not
where
be
I
good.
went.
Yes, that's right. There's nothing worse than stale urine smell. That's for sure. Well, very good. Well, nice. But I like the bikini story. That's my favorite. Yeah. Well, very good. All right. Well, nice. Well, Christy, this is great. So Barry is excited. He sounds like he might be an investor, right?
Yeah, so he told me that if we want to add him in on this call, then he doesn't mind if you would like to talk with him.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, very
I told him
good.
it'll be at exactly 6:15. So let me see. Hold on. They send me the number.
Well, I mean, Christy, because we're a little late, because unfortunately I do have to leave here soon, and so let's do this. Can we schedule a call on 6:15 on Tuesday? Exactly 6:15 on Tuesday, and we'll talk. Well, maybe we'll get a three-way in with Barry on this.
We'll do it because I want to do this. I think this is cool, and I like you.
Well, I like you too. All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Have a good rest of your night, and I will talk to you again on Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Christy. Okay. You take care. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye.
And that's just it. It's crazy. How could she think I'm serious? But then again, she's pretty wild. So anyways, all right. Very good. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of something even more ridiculous and that I could say on Tuesday that would just be so obvious, but I don't really know what else to. I mean, I could think of something, I guess. Maybe I'll just have to just tell her that, hey, we're just leading her on or whatever. It was just a joke, one big joke, but I don't know. All right, Silver Dragoon. We should use average prices for inflation, adjusted prices for max highs from history. Yeah, that's why I always talk about nominal versus real dollars when I try my best when I talk about silver in that regards. Gold as well. All right, Kevin Sharp says here, I bought one of your rounds a few years back. It's one of my favorites. We'll never sell. Oh, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that very, very much. By the way, I had somebody, a comment from somebody who wanted to take advantage of a special. Hold on, another scammer. This is the one that was supposed to call at 6:15. Hello?
Jim, I'm sorry. I know we said 6:15. I got stuck picking up my daughter at the daycare. Are you busy now? You want me to call you back?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's running a little tight on the schedule now. I was hoping we could talk at 6:15, but let's do this. Call me on Tuesday at 6:17. Okay?
6:17.
On Tuesday.
I got you, Jim. I'll call you back.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. All right, bye-bye. Anyways, let me get back to it. So, somebody had wanted to buy a salivate metal round from Summit Metals. They had a 15% discount overall, and they wanted to get the salivate metal round, which was already on sale, hoping to get 15% more off of it when they purchased it, but they couldn't do it because they were already discounted from. So I don't think that, unfortunately, some of these dealers you can't stack on from one sale price to another. But you would think 15% site wide would include anything, even if it's on sale. Maybe I'll talk to them to see if they can adjust that to say, hey, 50% site wide unless something's on sale already. And I think that was one of those cases. So hopefully that person will maybe reconsider, because I think it kind of turned them off from buying from Summit Metals. But that's the case. Most places typically don't double stack sales like that. But I think they probably should make that pretty clear. Make that clear. But maybe they're thinking, well, that's industry. Most places don't do that. But I don't know what the verbiage is over at Summit Metals. But just understand that most places, and I don't see where the holiday deals here, and maybe they do have it there, but there's the holiday deals. But I don't see anything about a 15%. Maybe it was a wheel. They said something about a wheel. You could spin the wheel to get it. But there ought to be an exception for that if there, so they honor that. But anyways, all right. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. When all the vaults are emptied, the COMEX in Shanghai and London, silver will see its true price. Of course, looks like that's less chance of that happening now. The vaults are starting to get filled back up again. All right. Let's see here. All right, and we've got this from Deanna Goldstein. Food in the UK is increasing almost monthly. I shake my head when I hear people saying that everything's going up and can't get help, but it's out of our currency going down and devalued. That's the elephant in the room. That's right. Nothing's going up. Fiat is dying. That's right. Exactly. Yeah, and it's a paradigm shift of thinking. But when you look at the true nature of it, and it goes back to the cause of it, which is government spending money they don't have, so they have to print more money, and that's the problem. But yes, indeed. All right, we've got Ludo. You won't hear me complain. I'm on an average of 23 euros per ounce, and to give it a take, $26 in today's exchange rate. All right. Very good. All right. That's pretty good. All right. Dilly Dog. Those buzzards at the CME are always up to no good. Greed has no boundaries. Sal, it's a long and winding road. Yeah, and that's just it. I would think that, in order for greed to take in, you would need to see a situation what J.P. Morgan was caught doing, manipulating the prices both up and down. Yes, indeed. All right. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Let's advance forward and see what we've got moving. More of these comments. And let's see here. Oh, wait a second. Let me get that. Shoot. I wanted to get that when I was on the phone with her. Where is that one of the super chat here? Okay, there we go. Egbert Boots Whistle. I just saw it, $2. Thank you so much. Egbert says, push-ups, are you a vet? Was Navy. 410, 4 deployments. Wow. Egberts, no, I am not military. But thank you. I just like to try my best to kind of do a little bit of exercise from now. And I'm going to give you 4 push-ups for that. I don't know if you're still here, Egbert, but thank you for that, Egbert. And so I'm going to give you 4 push-ups, and thank you for your service to the country. Yes, indeed. I always appreciate those who serve. So here's 4 push-ups for you. I'm going to try to do 4 really good ones. Sometimes I do them real fast, and they're not correct form, but here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes, indeed. No, I have not served, but I appreciate you, sir, for serving. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for your service. That's amazing. 4 deployments. Man. All right. None says, didn't I just see a story that they also moved the office to China? Yeah, and I don't know that there's any verification of that story. It was to Singapore, and it turns out that it was revised to, they moved all but 20, and they said they moved 50 over, and 20 stayed behind, which does not sound like it's moving the whole office at all. So they may have moved some over there. I don't know if it's temporary or what. We really don't know. There's no official word on that, other than some cloak and dagger email. Dave Mia says, stackers and retail have no effect on silver prices. We're a minuscule market. Well, I think that's true to a point. I think there is some effect, like what we saw back in 2021 with the silver squeeze movement, and it had a great effect because of the premiums. So it does have effect on silver prices, the price you pay for them, which is the most important, and the prices you get when you sell your silver. Yes, indeed. So that does have a great effect, just not on spot price. But it did have a minimal effect on the price then, but anyways. All right, we've got, it's healthy for it to pause and breathe a little bit. Yes, it is. This is the market report video. Yep, it is healthy to do that. Dave M.I. says silver has once again made higher and higher highs and higher lows. That's important. It sure is. And it closed above $60 an ounce. That's pretty good. It closed above $61 an ounce. That's really good. Exactly. All right. Brown Dog Prospecting, thank you so much. Bought yesterday's SmackDown. He's in Australia, and thank you again for your super thanks. I appreciate that, Brown Dog. Good to see you. Appreciate all you guys being here tonight as we peruse our way through these markets. And let's see here. We've got Bob and Mary says COMEX regs initiated making anything over a certain amount. Halted giving time for COMEX adjustments to keep prices from going above certain levels. Pants on fire for the paper markets. Contain the dumpster fire. All right. And contain it. Hold physical. There you go. Physical market is still not completely. There's still a lot of supply chain issues going on, but it is getting better from what I've heard. David McKenzie, waiting for my silver order to arrive, not listening to BS about silver. We all know silver is real money. There you go. It is money, but you can't, depending on what kind of paper you're talking about. I wouldn't burn this type of paper, cold hard cash. I wouldn't do that. You need that to buy your silver, right? But anyways, all right. Let's see here. Oh, thank you. And CCT was very kind. Check his channel out, by the way. Great member of the community. And he says here, while silver's down, it might be an opportunity. I should have mentioned this video to grab a 2-ounce Salivate metal round from Summit Metal. There's a link. Thank you, my friend. Yes, indeed. So if they're available, if you want to buy one, thank you so much for that. Oh, man, thank you so much. Brown Dog, half a dollar, half or less of a dollar. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, my friend. I'll give you 2 push-ups anyway for that. Let's drop those. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, here we go. 1 and 2. There we go. All right, and let's get back over here to this here and see. And thank you, JM Unleashed, for posting a link to CCT's channel. Also, check out JM Unleashed. I missed his. I think he did a live stream about the markets as well. I missed it, but check him out. He does songs. He does videos for the dogs he watches and takes care of, and also music and all kinds of different topics. So check him out. He also does, I think, a Monday night live stream as well with some word games. All right, we've got JC. That's fine, Sal. They burn their money for what? Monday, it will be an all-time high. We shall see. Stay tuned this Sunday night. It'll be a very interesting market watch. We'll see what happens there. Sean8237, who's a regular commenter on the channel, and I appreciate that. Dean R is here. Welcome, Dean. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. So Sean says, I had a feeling this morning it would be a SmackDown Friday. I was not going to buy until after Christmas, but I will reconsider this weekend, yes. And we'll see. And, of course, if you make a purchase this weekend, just expect it to fall even further. I'm not saying it's going to, but it is quite possible. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. All right. All right. 123 cats. 88.70 Canadian to 85.20. Still way up there in price. It is. Yep. It is still up there in price. Michael K., who we appreciate, says here the following. Hopefully we'll catch the end of the live. No worries, silver will shine. Indeed it will. Yes, indeed. It sure will. And Jersey Rider says the following. It must have taken as much paper as mine silver for years to smash the price $4 in 60 minutes. Yeah, it's crazy. That's a massive big move. Massive volume. I would love to know the amount of ounces it took to do that. That's crazy. All right. Let's see here. Have a good night, Dennis Niemeyer. Appreciate it. All right. Silver at 61.90 is never a bad day. That's right. Even with a big, but it was amazing how much it had moved today. But you're right. Biblical Fellowship, no one's even talking about platinum, which has kicked butt in the last 3 days. Well, Biblical Fellowship, you didn't watch the video. Because if only you had watched the video, you had heard me talk about platinum. Tom Sanders says, an hour after I spent $1,000 on silver, it started crashing. Ouch. Well, I'm not worried. Ask me 5 years from now. There you go. Yep, and that's just it. Whenever you buy, always expect it to fall. I think if you go with that frame of mind and realize, hey, we buy it and hold it because of what it has been and what it will be as a wealth preservation device over the long course of time, we'll do okay. All right, let's see here. That's right, West Texas Stacker. Always a probability that silver could get smacked down even more. We should always consider that as a possibility. And yeah, let's see here. Have an Amico day. The price is still slightly above yesterday's close price, so it's only knocked back one day. Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to put it in perspective for sure. Todd Parnell says it's not profit taking. It's called paper shorts one day, and they're going to get their butt handed to them. All right. We shall see. I mean, the thing is how do you explain, somebody selling, several shares of SLV? Is that a paper short? I don't know. Or are they just profit taking? I don't know. We'll see. All right. Yeah, hope you'll join Sunday night's Market Watch. It's going to be a very interesting one to see if we see it bounce back or fall even further. They've been pretty interesting market watches as of late. So appreciate those of you who can join us here. All right, Firm Purpose says, if someone is selling to take a so-called profit, then someone else has to buy. Therefore, nothing is lost. So why is it going down? I see shorts dumping. It's because no one's buying it. If they're selling it, no one's buying it. That's what causes the price to go down. Someone doesn't have to buy if somebody else sells, right? If they're selling it back into the it's paper. That's why it's paper. That's why it's not really real. It's paper. And by the way, if they are buying, and they were buying, hence why when we saw the markets move, you see the sawtooth pattern. There's buying from a cheaper price. That means money's lost. Corky Thunberg, everybody at the SEC should be in prison for allowing this collusion and fraud. Lock them up. Well, if you find evidence of it, if people are so confident it's happening out there, they should make a case and send it to them and see what they come up with. And people have supposedly done that, like Ted Butler and whatever, but there's never really been any real true hard evidence other than what he has behind the paywall. Nobody else has been able to see that. Of course, he's not with us anymore. He's not with us anymore to be able to tell his case about manipulation, about suppression. All right. JP Morgan had a put call for 29 million shares of SLV. A put call. Okay, wow, 29 million shares. That's crazy. Does anybody buying at these prices? Does buying at these prices levels to you seem like chasing a high? Matt Bittner, good question. I always say that whenever you buy at any price, expect it to fall. But yes, I think people that buy at these prices are optimistic that it's going to go higher. I think most of the markets feel that way, but I don't know. Everybody has different reasons for buying. For me, I buy because I enjoy the metal, and I buy with the understanding that it could fall. But there have been times when I buy out of fear that it could go up even more, and I don't want to miss out on that. It affects all of us, I think. I don't think anybody is immune from that, especially if you're so involved in the markets and you're watching them and you're seeing what other people are saying. It rubs off on you, and you get caught up in it. I get caught up in it, and I shouldn't. I try to, when I talk about not buying out of fear and not operating out of fear and trying to be realistic, I'm also talking to myself. I really am. I'm talking to myself because I tend to gravitate in that direction. I have in the past. I did when I traded my 401k for silver and gold, and to this day, I probably shouldn't have done that, even though the price has skyrocketed since then. All right. Oil is oil is definitely lower now, and they're saying that it could go up, so that might be a good bet if you want to invest, Matt Bittner. Gallicrow, Dick Van Dyke is 100 years old tomorrow. Wow. Can anyone tell me his connection to silver? I don't know. I would love to know. It'd be very interesting to find out. All right, folks. Well, we have reached the end of the broadcast tonight. You guys have been amazing. I hope you will join me this Sunday night. So check out this Sunday night for the broadcast as we watch the markets open. With that being said, I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for being here, and keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care.